Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellar Monarch 2 with me, Omega, and House Aurelius. So, in the previous episode we have grown quite significantly. That's what I remember the most. Our constability is 72, but what I'm talking about when it comes to growth is the fact that we now have 85 planets, which is, I believe, 15 more than at the start of the previous episode, which is exciting. And today we're going to continue with this. I think I also mentioned that there's this remnant of the hive between us and the neighboring nation of Shia monarchy. So let's focus on eliminating these guys. I think that I already moved my personal fleet. Well, we moved them to the northeast. And I think these are actually all of them. Yes, they're all of them in the east. So I'm gonna move this fleet to the east and make them fully dedicated to conquering these territories. Because again, these are, okay, this is already the Shia monarchy. These are a couple of planets, a couple of remnant planets. Oh, they're actually being attacked by the Shia monarchy here. I like it. Until now, it felt that the AI was a little bit passive, but I kind of like the fact that they can expand and they can attack the Xenos as well. Or the Xenos can actually attack them, because you can see that the Marduks didn't make it. They were eliminated, which again, I never saw before. So it's not just us who are being pushed harder, it's everyone. It is truly everyone. Apart from that, I don't think we want to do anything at this point, so let's just end the turn. And yes, wow. As our fleets grow, we get more capacity and we have immediately attacked 4 of the bordering planets. And we won one, actually, but that one is somewhere else. We won the planet Figu in, what is it, the northwest? Yes, a toxic planet in the northwest. We won it from the hive, I believe. Was it from the hive? Spinrad, Nitia, Kalatia. It doesn't tell me, but does it tell me on the planet's one? Liberated Figu? No. It looks more like a planet that the hive would, the slugs would be after, but we'll see. We're also, yeah, I mean, it is definitely the hive, because Andrus that we marked for attack is also a hive planet, but it's the last one. And then we are fully bordering the Vix Collective and the Tau Setians, so that will make this area much calmer and much more peaceful. So happy that this offensive is ongoing. Once we conquer these 4 planets, we'll have 2 more. I'm not sure. Well, we shall see if the Shia monarchy will have enough to attack Baron. I'm actually gonna unmark it now as a claimed planet, because if they do, I do not wish to fight them. I do not wish to fight them. We have Xenos everywhere, so I don't think it's reasonable for us to actually attack our peaceful neighbors. We have established outpost? Yes, in Furia and in Farao. That's good. Any? Nope. No, but Farao is actually the first planet that borders our future enemies, the Cyber March. Let me also work on you. And I would really, okay, this is not a bad planet. It is actually a jungle planet. I'm gonna encourage colonization here, because I will want to fortify this planet. I do not have any desire to fight the Cyber March right now. We'll do our best to push them away in the future, but right now let's try to colonize this planet. Let's try to build a star base. Let's try to build a planet. What is it called? I always forget what it's called. It's not a star base. It is a fortress. Let's try to build a star base and fortress there to make sure that the Cyber March will not have an open door into our territory. And then again, once we eliminate these guys, we need to focus more on these other territories, which are a little bit more closer to Terra even. So it would make sense to, enlarge our area there. With that said, I don't think there's anything more that we need to... Oh, wow. Actually, Hive is starting to push on us a little bit more again. 240 squadrons and 98 hours. We're way more proficient, especially with the changes that we did to our ships. There's more modernizations available, but I don't think we're using any of these. Hawkeye, Star Princess, Ogan Star. Carrier Command. 24 fighters. You do not have any heavy fighters though, which might be a little bit better, but we'll keep it in mind. Okay, end the turn. Fights continuing. Thorax will also be a good one to mark for combat. Are we fighting anywhere around here? Not really. We didn't designate any planets, so let's go with Manekra and Quercus, because those would be a good border planets. What about you guys? How's your communication range? Not great. So you do have a communication tower here. You have a communication range too, so let's build a communication... Actually, let's build... This would be a good place. Let's build a communication tower and a star base here. It's gonna make these areas much easier to conquer for us in the future. It's not a great planet, but it will provide us with a decent amount of raw minerals as the time will go by, so I do not mind investing in them. And the slug... No, actually... Oh man, this is such an easy mistake to make between the Talmark and the slugs. Yeah, I do not wish to push further in this area, because that could create friction, but we are definitely gonna push in this area. And can mark... Well, it's getting dangerously close to the overmine, so let's not do that. We'll send our personal fleet there later to actually deal with it. Alright, colonization. Pharaoh, Belam, Nustren, and Itur. Itur is the planet that we actually gained recently, and I mean conquered probably because it was from the hype, but this is a really good planet. It's a Terran one. This would be a great megalopolis. I wish I could mark planets of great interest somehow. Because sometimes you see these planets and find this planet. Well, you know what I could start doing? That's also an idea. Itur. So let's call this MG Itur. Yeah, okay, we can start doing that. I never used this before. Again, learning experience for me as well. I'm trying to figure out how we could do things. But this is a great planet that would definitely benefit us in the long run. So getting it and marking it somehow, so we could start marking planets like this. That's a good idea. Again, never did that before, so let's start doing that for future reference, because as our empire is going to grow, it's going to get harder and harder to keep track of everything. So good. So let's end the turn and see if there will be more battles. Actually, no, there is 10 battles again. We're invading Spinrad, Thorax, Quercus. Chetai is being attacked, but we repelled them. Ustech, that one is being attacked. Nithia is what we're attacking. Solin is being attacked. Kaletia is what we're invading. Pumakena is being attacked quite heavily, but we'll win. I'm pretty confident. And Barton is one we're attacking. And we got a possibility to pass yet another law, which is, great. I'm thinking we're gonna go with common conscription law in this case, because that one is gonna make our ground forces much stronger, and we have been really relying on conquest recently. Oh, it wasn't that. It was a reform. I mean, we're gonna get that very soon. In about a couple of turns, we're gonna be able. So then I'm gonna pass the common conscription law. But in this case, we got a reform. So centralization is now 5, giving us extra reform speed of 5%. Tax efficiency increased by. Actually, no, that's 25. 25% extra reform speed. Efficiency of taxes extra 5%. But bureaucracy upkeep was up by 25%. Core worlds are increased by 25, so we can actually go ahead and get more now. But it also decreases noble house's opinion. But we're, effectively fighting that by doing banquets every single time. Alright, an administrative reform is going to be next. We're going to get extra stability and centralization. Bureaucracy is calculated as if empire was half the size. Analogs Project College of Civil Services, which reminds me, we're swimming in cash. We can actually build more projects, can't we? War College. All officers get +2 competence. Alright, that's without a question a great one. Chamber of Advisors. Yeah, we're gonna get another Chamber of Advisors later on, and we are going to enact after the security law the other one, which was the public servants law. So we're gonna get 2 extra advisors. I like the idea of that. Alright, and then the turn we have 2 planets, Calatia, which as well is an amazing planet. Alright, I see what you're doing. So Calatia, unfortunately I cannot write different ways. So MG Calatia. Alright. Veron is still under attack. Yes, okay, but so they're gonna take it. Good. Instead, we're gonna go after Rune and Forax. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. We're colonizing Erida, or outposting Erida, which is great. Now we have established that Calatia would be in great. But there was another one that we wanted, Itur. And we can now get more core worlds, so I could probably pass. Yeah, I could easily pass to here and make this one a core world. I don't. Actually, we can make it a core world, but I'm not sure at this point if we can make it a megalopolis. But we can definitely core it. So let's make a core here, and core here. Oh, and great! This one actually fell directly to us. Only 7 planets can be designated as a megalopolis, and this one is definitely gonna be it. Let's build a communication tower here. I can build a star fortress here as well, but it doesn't seem like a great, thing for us right now. Let's build food processors to get more food to our people, because our population is growing, guys. Oh, nice! We now have 112 billion people. So we should have passed, yes, the first mark here. Alright, so we have now 9 achievements. We got the centralization and the population. Good, good, good. Before I forget, how are we on the money in the banquet? We have 8 more turns. We need 20,000. Yes, we will be able to probably do a lavish banquet. So let's make sure that happens. And yes, Calatia and Barton. Those are the planets that we've gained. Amazing. Let's end the turn. Legislation, yes. So, common conscription law. That's what we said we will get. It decreases tax efficiency but increases ground combat bonus. Now, with the decrease in tax efficiency, I think what we can easily do here is focus a little bit on the treasury. The efficiency there is not as big as it could be actually. Yeah, but if we upgrade it a couple of times, it will definitely be more efficient and it will make up for the lost efficiency. How much is the 2%? do to us? Attack efficiency. Yeah, I mean, we can, yeah, we're capped at 100%, so we can't even go that high, so that barely made any difference to us. Alright, an outpost has been established in Erida. Alright. So the local hive planets are going to be eliminated soon. Celebrate with me the removal of the hive. So we have conquered the planet Thorax. And what's the other one? Quercus. Alright, so the fights are also happening in this area, which is nice. We're also attacking Coris and Entrus. Yeah, I'm expecting the Cyber March to attack us anytime soon, but there's a lot of defensive fleets here. And we're also harassing their territory already, so we should be fine. And there is a... Did we not build a star base? No, we didn't. Alright. Because I think at that point we were not... Okay, Fortress, Star Base, Communication Tower. This is one of our heaviest defensive points at this point. And Erida, once it will be colonized, we are going to do the same thing. That's gonna be the border against Cyber March. I know that Cyber March was one of those that actually had a... Wait, where's the battle simulator? Here. They actually had a pretty decent fleets. Yeah, they on a one-on-one they would actually win in most cases. So they are dangerous. We need to be aware of that. Okay, but they're not attacking us. That is the important part. So we need to be careful about that. We have won the planet Spinrad. And that means Nifia and Rune as the last two ones in this area. And then no more hive, no more enemies. This is gonna be basically the safest part of our empire when it comes to the border regions. Okay, attacking. What's going on here? Space battle in progress. Defensive priority 10. Our border guard is fighting with the enemies here. Alright. In turn, we've won 2 more planets, Entur from the slugs, and Nifia. Alright, so let's take a moment to recognize that the Rune is the last planet of the hive in this region, and with its fall, the entire presence of them in this region will be eliminated. Now, the closest planets they have are over here. Really nice. It actually brings up a question. Where are the arachnids? You wake up from time to time. Where's their homeworld? Have they been eliminated? Or do we not know where their homeworld is? I'm not sure. I haven't heard about them in a while. Which would hopefully mean that they are gone. But we'll see. Alright, we have won the planet Coris from the slugs. So the war against them is continuing. I think really that once we take Rune, I'm gonna send my fleet on a crusade against Sokra. There is a black hole here. So eliminating this overmind this close to our border would probably be a good idea. We might start by actually going against Neton, but I think that where are you guys? The Imperial Guardians could take care of that alone. We just send our fleet on the crusade in this region, and actually we could take this entire cluster, trying to eliminate them. And after that is done, we can move against the slugs. 98 planets, and we're growing rapidly now. We have tipped over the point where we are strong enough for these kinds of things. Rune is gonna fall very soon. Or then audience in 2 turns. I can actually go ahead. And I can't! We do not have enough focus points. Oh damn. Alright, so no banquet for us in this case. Manekra. Rune is really resisting us. How long is it? Yeah, it won't anymore, but there we go. So we have officially liberated this region. There are no more Xenos in this area. Our east region is clear of enemies, and we can enjoy the trade with the Vix Collective and with the Shia Monarchy. Yeah, we're actually trading really nicely. That's great. That is great. What about diplomacy? We have trade agreement, resource market, and shared reconnaissance. Excavation treaty and cultural exchange. The UN ambassador will attend the next audience. Declare war, subsidize embassy. I don't think so. But we have good relations, I'm pretty sure. And what about you guys? You always freak me out the way you look. We don't have shared reconnaissance, but other than that, we're doing relatively good. Yeah, it might be a good idea actually to boost our foreign affairs ministry. We haven't done that in a while, so I mean, sorry, I was clicking on the internal affairs, but yeah, you guys, because you have been the weakest one. I know that I mentioned that we need to increase their efficiency, and we did, but we should probably do that a little bit more. All right, audience. Not that many people this time. Speaking of the Shia monarchy, we signed a construction treaty with them. Nice. And Tau Setians excavation treaty. Sure, there's no point in not doing that. Alright, rebels are at an all-time low. Let's have you guys focus on the court intrigue. I don't want that one to go too high. Uncle wants to improve our legislative system. I'm sure I could improve our pathetic legislative system if I had the chance. Things are just taking too long. Here's my proposal, summarized into these 12 Fend tomes. As a splendid idea for another time, Uncle. Let's go for it. We get extra legislation. Unfortunately, we get a lot of intrigue. Or we get... No, actually. You can spend a little bit of power and get 50. Which will immediately, if I'm not mistaken, give us another law. So that's not a bad event. Archaeology. Rare artifact. Analyze it. Study it thoroughly. Install it in my throne. It will look magnificent. Sell it. You know what? Normally I wouldn't do this. But I think we have a goal to have 99 authority. We are already at 59. So it might be a good idea to actually spend on this and gain +3. Yeah, sabotage again. Outrageous justice, a bad event. We got reports that some judges are incompetent and carry out arbitrary and unjust verdicts. Compensate the unjustly punished. Yes. Okay, we've dealt with you. Grand politics. Reconciliation. When the royal house politics align with other noble houses politics perfectly, an occurrence more rare than a supernova, there's a stellar opportunity great to shift the political landscape. Oh yes, please. Seek reconciliation. We lose the feud. We suspect... Okay, either House Gerson or House Windhart. Which one would be a better choice? House Gerson, you are antagonistic. Okay, so that might be the better guys. Yes, because you're neutral, but House Gerson is antagonistic. So, House Gerson, yes. A great outcome of our long-term politics. Petition from the minor house Yantar. That is outrageous. I will order the chancellor to deal with it immediately. That is outrageous. Let's boost them a little bit. Same with you. Actually, I would be interested in seeing how this affects us. So we're giving them extra authority and +3 from the artifact. So that should be +5 boost to us. We'll see. We think our voice is not heard enough in the Empire. Therefore, we file an official request to grant us some special prerogatives. Denied. They get a grudge. This is ridiculous. Denied. Actually, this is ridiculous. Denied. I will take the hit because we're losing the feud with them anyway. The Great House therefore wishes their secrets to remain secrets. Okay, 2 favors. Actually, I was about to expose your dirty little secrets. They lose authority. Let's expose them. And family. Yes, we can get another political marriage. Alright. So now let's see the effect. Alright, so we have 4 focus points, 1100 administrative points, 76 stability, 123 billion people, 90 happiness. How do noble houses look? Nice. You're neutral, you're cordial. Yes, we do have a lot of grudges, which we can resolve now, actually. Okay, let's resolve one of those. I don't think... I mean, we're not going to be able to do a banquet next time then, but look, they're friendly now. If we could get rid of these 2 now, we would get everyone to friendly, which is yet another... Yes, actually we are a neutral now, so that's another fulfilled goal. And we can pass another legislation because of our great uncle. So corruption could now make sense, but we wanted the Public Servants Act, which will allow us to hire another advisor. I must not forget about that, because I would like someone loyal and competent. Loyalty is average. 16-15, that could actually work. Yes, but we cannot do this. Yeah, this guy would be probably the best one, unless we want to fire a couple of people and see if we can get someone better. Or we go with you. You're very competent and charismatic, but not as loyal. That might be also a good choice. I think we're in a safe place where we do not need to worry that much about rebels anymore. Because we're really... yeah, look at that, -9. They lost the support of that house, so it's fine. Alright, so we finished adaptive shields and that's that. Alright, so energy. Planetary infrastructure, concentrated beams. Okay, I'm gonna go for planetary infrastructure. And let's do this one then. Imperial heavy rifles. That helps our ground troops. And the second area is sociology. Squadron command. Yes, yes, please. That's what we want. We can boost significantly our squadrons then. And then volunteer bodyguards. And volunteer propaganda. That increases happiness. Alright. So we'll do... we'll do both of these. And then the reform desire. People want reform and protocol reforms. Alright. And industry. All projects were paused due to negative balance, which is not something that we really need to deal with. We're paying... yes, 3,000. I think we can also go with something like... we want the Chamber of Advisors. And you. So that's 5,000 per turn. Yes, okay, we're still good. We are still good. Alright, I'm happy with the outcome here. What I'm gonna do next time is I'm gonna move my fleet to this area, start the offensive into the Sokra cluster, let's call it that, and we are going to continue on our way to fulfill more goals. 9 centralization is the next goal that we have. 200 planets is going to be the next goal that we're going to have. There is more than enough Xenos around. Oh, we haven't checked the authority. Oh yes, okay, so boosting authority of your own minor houses actually boosts your own Yes, from vassals, from estate, from ministries, and member of the houses. All right, so that explains. We have very high monarchism. That's also good. And if we could get or remove the House Windhart's desire for the imperial throne and the rivalism, we would kind of be okay there. All right, so thank you very much. See you in the next one.